Your heart wants to know,
how could you be so heartless? Oh, how could you be so heartless?
this is a lesson on the human heart related to personal fitness. According to the American Heart Association, heart disease and stroke are the nation's #1 and #4 killers. Little to no physical activity can contribute to poor personal fitness levels, and poor personal fitness levels contribute to poor heart health. The American Heart Association has recently updated statistics surrounding heart disease and stroke. For more information on these statistics and more, you can visit www.heart.org. What can you do to improve your heart health? Well, the American Heart Association has a few recommendations. For overall cardiovascular health, at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity at least 5 days per week for a total of 150 minutes. Or at least 25 minutes of vigorous aerobic activity at least 3 days per week for a total of 75 minutes. Or a combination of moderate and vigorous intensity aerobic activity. And moderate to high intensity muscle strengthening activity at least 2 days per week for additional health benefits. For lowering blood pressure and cholesterol, an average 40 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity aerobic activity 3 to 4 times per week is needed. Frequently asked questions. What should my heart rate be? Well, a normal heart rate for adults ranges from 60 to 100 beats a minute. Generally, a lower heart rate at rest implies more efficient heart function and better cardiovascular fitness. How do I know my heart rate? Now you're ready to determine your target training heart rate. As you exercise periodically, take your pulse on the inside of your wrist on the thumb side. Use the tips of your first 2 fingers, not your thumb, to press lightly over the blood vessels on your wrist below your thumb. Count your pulse for 10 seconds and multiply by 6 to find your beats per minute. You want to stay between 50% to 85% of your maximum heart rate. This range is your target heart rate. The table below shows estimated target heart rates for different ages. In the age category closest to yours, read across to find your target heart rate. Your maximum heart rate is about 220 minus your age. The figures are averages, so use them as general guidelines. Take a moment and find your age range and look at your target heart rate zone between 50 to 85%. Now that you've located your age and have viewed your target heart rate zone, let's move on. You may wonder, how can I calculate my target heart rate? Well, we're going to use the Carbonian formula. The Carbonian formula suggests that the target heart rate is equal to your maximum heart rate minus your resting heart rate times the percentage of intensity plus your resting heart rate again. For example, a 25-year-old who has a resting heart rate of 65 wanting to know his training heart rate for the intensity level 60% to 70% will follow the below. His minimum training heart rate at 60% means he has to take 220 minus 25, which is his age, and that equals 195. Then you take 195, subtract 65, which is the resting heart rate, that equals 130. So you take 130 times 0.60, the minimum percentage for intensity, plus 65, which is the resting heart rate, and that equals 143 beats per minute, which is his minimum training heart rate zone. Now to find his maximum training heart rate zone at 70%, you do the same steps, but we'll change the number of intensity. You take 220, subtract 25, which is his age. That equals, again, 195. 195, subtract his resting heart rate, which is 65, equals 130. Now we take 130 multiplied by 0.70, which is his maximum intensity at 70%, plus 65, which is the resting heart rate, equals 156 beats per minute for his maximum training heart rate zone. So his range from 60 to 70% is 143 to 156 beats per minute.